Hey, I didn't record anything after first day here at Gallifrey One. I mean, first day is technically the pre-day. That's what Thursday is. Friday is the first full day of the con, and that's when I'm recording this. And I debated doing this because I'm like, well, just record something, when you're not exhausted. But I'm like, let's record something when it's fresh in my head. It's great to be here again. It's really nice that I actually got a hotel at I room at the hotel where the convention actually is this time, which I haven't done since the very first time I came to Gallifrey One. It's been a while. There was the ribbon exchange. If you don't know, these ribbons, people tend to print them out and hand them out and trade them. So like this one was the one that I made and handed out. And it says, "It doesn't matter to whom the cruelty is directed, the cruelty itself is wrong." That's a quote from the Sixth Doctor story, The Holy Terror, from Big Finish. But you'll see there's a bunch of these on here. I've genuinely missed your constant criticism. It's never Susan, crossed out the Ronnie, crossed out the Merca. If you know, you know. And et cetera, et cetera. Now, this seems like a lot. These, I got selective this year. These are the ones I actually put on my badge. And these are the ones that I didn't. Not that I didn't like all the other ones I got, but I did set a limit. And actually, that's not even all of them, because some of them are in my bag. What else we got? Yep. There's more. It's a fun tradition, but it does end you up with a lot of them. I've seen a couple of different hacks that people do to keep their line of ribbons from trailing on the floor. Rolling it up and clipping it with binder clips and stuff like that. So seeing a fair few number of friends, people who I either know outside the conventions, but I only really see at the conventions, or who I honestly only really know through the conventions, but I still consider friends. So it's been really nice. I did 3 photo ops this year, and I've got the pictures back from all of those. I don't have signatures on all of them. I'm gonna try and get those done tomorrow for the 2 that I don't have signatures on yet. So we've got this one with Freema Agyeman, this one with Millie Gibson, from Sarah Sutton, which I did get signed. For those of you who only know new Doctor Who, Sarah Sutton played Nyssa, who was a companion to both the 4th and 5th Doctors. They were all delightful. I went to a couple of interviews and a few panels and a couple of meetups. I went to Joe Martin's interview, and I remember I went to the interview that she gave last time I was here, and I don't remember how much of what she said was stuff that she said before, but I honestly love hearing her talk. There's a lengthy list of things that I would give to have more Fugitive Doctor, more Joe Martin in the part. She talked about, growing up as a fan of Doctor Who. Like she said, how when she was little, her mother used to have to hide the tinfoil because she would wrap her cousins up in the tinfoil and make them pretend to be Daleks so that she could pretend to be the Doctor. That was wonderful. Apparently, her kid is a real big fan of Doctor Who as well. And when she got cast in the part, she couldn't tell him because he wouldn't be able to keep the secret. And so he found out when all the rest of us did, when Fugitive of the Jadoon aired, and he saw his mom say, I'm the doctor, and the way she described it, he paused it, took his shoes off, ran circuits around the room, then asked for permission to swear. And when he was given it, he said, "Mom, what the fuck?" Like in a real positive way. So that was all great. I also saw Millie Gibson's interview that Riley Silverman did, which was also really neat. She has a lot of energy. She seemed really happy to be here. She talked a little bit about having to do like the sort of the marketing and the press circuit, when stuff was airing or getting ready to air before. And she seemed to feel like this whole thing was a lot more relaxed than that, which I could totally buy. But yeah, she talked about the shooting of the various days. It was kind of interesting hearing her talk about, with 73 yards, how she had to be coached on how to walk like a 40-year-old, because in her head she was like, 40-year-olds, they just walk, don't they? It's not any different. She kind of demonstrated the how she had to change her posture and stuff, and how she was coached. She had a movement coach for that. That was neat, and that was fun. So that, I liked that. I went to several panels. I went to God. So I went to Doctor Who Deathmatch, which, if you have never been to Gallifrey One and you don't know what that is, they get a panel of people up for that, and they basically pick a topic within Doctor Who. Past it's been, which is the best Doctor. Other times it's been, best companion, best season, etc. And like all of these people they're trying to make an argument, but they're also trying to be funny with both their nominations and the arguments that they make. And this year was story arcs. And while I had a lot of fun at it, and I had a couple of friends who were in it, it's not just the fact that Bad Wolf won best story arc. And like, to be clear, like all the participants nominated their own, so it's not like it was automatically going to be like Bad Wolf versus the Cracks in Time or whatever. Season arcs was not necessarily what had to be meant by story arcs, but somebody nominated Bad Wolf, and it's not just that Bad Wolf won. Sitting there and having to listen to the arguments made in favor of Bad Wolf and hearing the reasons people gave, the restraint I had to keep silent and not shout up because I'm just, if you follow me, you know how little I care for the mystery box style. And like, even people are like, yeah, the mystery box isn't always great. So many of them will go like, but they did it right that first time with Bad Wolf. And I'm like, no, they didn't. And hearing people talk about why they think Bad Wolf is good, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I'm like, what are you talking about? None of what you just said is in there. Anyways, moving. That was towards the end of the day. So I was little exasperated by that point. I walked the merch hall. A little more sparse. Actually, the con in general is a little less sparsely attended this year, which is a shame because I expected for a combination of reasons. The main ones being that some of the big names that were supposed to be here pulled out. Paul McGann being a very big one because this is the 30th anniversary of the TV movie, so that would have been a bigger deal. But also, it seems like a lot of the folks who didn't come are the ones from outside the country. And I don't blame anybody who's not from America who decides not to come here. We won't dwell on that. That's depressing, and we're having fun. I'm trying to think what else today. Oh, the TikTok meetup. that happened. That was nice. Also, a little more sparsely attended than I would have liked. Although I still had fun and got a couple of fun videos out of it. Part of me wonders if part of the reason why there's fewer people at this year is because Katie isn't here. If you're familiar at all with Katie, well, first of all, she's a wonderful person. She's an absolute joy, and she is a phenomenal 13th Doctor focus cosplayer. And she moved. She moved to the UK. So I don't know if I'm gonna see her at a con again, which is a bummer because she's phenomenal. But Katie, if you see this, I'm really happy for you, and I hope you have a wonderful next leg of your adventure with now being in the UK. So yeah, I think that's about it to note. If I am not too wiped, I might shoot another one of these tomorrow. No promises. Like, there's a very good chance that I'll just crash tomorrow. Part of me wants to crash right now, so I'm going to take my face off and go to bed. So, yeah. Oh. Well. Oh. That's Saturday behind me. Whew. It was good. It was exhausting, but it was good. Saw more friends. I just got back from hanging out with folks who I mostly know through the Fire and Water podcast network, like Shag and Soul Cole and Stephen Lacey. And we did a pub quiz that Dell put together, which was hard. It was a mix of classic and new questions. Some of them got real obscure and real specific. Today's cosplay was Osgood. You might notice the I may have added a bit. This is still not everything. So yeah. Oh God, I got more in the pocket. I managed to give away all of mine this year. I didn't manage that the last time I was here, so I started giving out leftovers from previous. Got recognized some more today. It's funny to me that I get recognized with the hair pulled back and a mask on. Not that I didn't think people would recognize me, but like, I haven't done this cosplay before. Whereas the TARDIS corset I've done a few times. So that I was less surprised by people spotting me with that. So I had the panel that I moderated about Doctor Who's diversity and what it's done well, what people hope to see in the future. I was really nervous about that. Because I haven't moderated before. I actually think it went pretty well. People seem to like it. Didn't get off to a great start because a fire alarm went off just as everybody was doing their introductions. Oh, I don't know if I brought attention to that before. I was very happy to be given that. See, I thought I was being clever doing this look on the second day. Because I was like, oh well, I'll have been in a corset all day in the other one, do something a little bit more relaxed. And this is, except I did not take into account how many layers this is. So this with the scarf on top, I was glad I had my thing because I still brought it with me, but I had used this more as a prop yesterday. I used it a lot more legitimately to try and cool off today. But yeah, the panel went well, and I watched a chunk of the Game of Rassilon, which is a a Doctor Who D&D thing that they do. That was really funny. I got signatures from Prima Adjaman and Millie Gibson on the pictures that I took with them. Millie Gibson is so ridiculously bubbly and seems so excited to be here. I can't remember how much I talked about the interview I saw with her yesterday, but like she talked about how this is kind of her first fully fan event, because like when she'd gone to cons before, it was like as part of the promotion for the episode she was in, which isn't really the same beast. And she has the energy. She doesn't have the energy of someone who's been acting professionally basically full time since she was 14. She has the energy of a theater kid who just had their first professional gig. That's the energy that she has, and it's really hard not to just find it absolutely adorable and endearing. I had a Korean barbecue burrito for dinner, which took me a while to get through, not because it was big, but because somewhat of my pallid complexion is not as accustomed to that level of spice, so I had to go through it slowly, lest it build up and try to kill me. I think that's most of the big stuff. I had lunch with Jessie, which was nice. I know she and I give each other a lot of crap, but it was nice to see her in person and talk, not over a Zoom call, for the podcast. So that was nice. It was good to see her, and it's good. I'm glad that I got here to this event, and knowing it's only going to happen 2 more times is a bummer. I want to try and make both of the next cons if I can, and I really love this convention. I mean, part of me is sorry I didn't start going to it sooner. Part of me is sorry that I've historically been here every other year as opposed to every year, but I really love this convention. The joy of Doctor Who just emanates from everybody. And even when you like hear people being a little bit grumpy about this thing that I don't like or that thing, I'm not going to say you don't hear that, but you will hear people switch back to talking about what they do like and what they do love pretty quickly, because this is an event devoted to the love of this show. And while those of us who love it will often find plenty of reasons to criticize it, we do love it. And I'm really glad I made it out this year. I guess I'll wrap that one out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone who I met or saw again at the con. The cosplayers, the panelists, the nerds, the weirdos, anyone who took the time to say hi to me, who recognized me from the channel. You all said incredibly nice things, and it warms my heart. I really, really mean that. And yeah, it's been a good year. So thank you all. Take care of yourselves. Patreon stuff, comment below, whatever, man, I'm tired. But I know that I'm probably gonna put this up in the break room of Geeks, but I'm gonna give the main channel sign off regardless. You are beautiful, you are valid, and you are loved. You're the council, I'm just running the meetings. And until next time, this council is adjourned. I feel like Mr. Rogers just being in the sweater vest. And now to thank my highest supporting patrons: Robin Moore, Jared Boyce, Zubin Lafula, Auntie Kate 808, Mira G, Angry Casperel, Dave Hall, Oliver B., Mystic Shadow, Sean Miller, Welsh Wrestling Geeks, Melissa Pedersen, Pickapock, Becky Sparks, Ulrich, Twylord, Tracy Scrabbit, Pau Barabajago, Cindy Ella, Sir Didymus is my favorite, and thanking some random folks from my lower tiers of support. Thank you, Pippa Barwell, Mandy Walla, and Jessica, the Trans Metal Alchemist. The boys are back, and we've got a new one here. We have Navarro has joined the mischief. Okay, so that's just what we're doing now. All right.